Hi, Ginger. This is Hannah Kerr calling.
Hi, Hannah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Well, it's Friday, so I got that going for me.
Very true.
Plus, I get to talk to you, and life is starting to resemble life again. Interviewing for tours, so
Yes,
it's
that is great.
quite amazing. I definitely have not talked to you since COVID. So it's, I guess, been 2 years since I might have
Yeah,
interviewed you back, probably Warrior during that single. I'm not somewhere in that range,
I
but
think so. I think like 2018 or
oh my
2019.
goodness, yeah, like
Yeah.
COVID. Like I think there's gonna be like kind of like dog years. There's gonna be like COVID years, like because those the last 2 years felt like 10, like each.
That is so true. Literally, time was but a concept during COVID.
It's all relative for sure. So we are so excited. So you're going out on tour with Matthew West and Kane, and I'm still looking forward to it. This is such a great tour at a great time, and your new single is "Same God," and it could not come at a more appropriate time and space. Whether you meant to have it released like that or you wrote it during COVID, that would make very much a lot of sense, because it's something we definitely need to hear with all of the changes and the kind of chaotic, whether it's social unrest or political or the actual COVID, the pandemic. It's left even some really grounded Christians a little shook. And this is such a great reminder. I love this single. And so I'm going to ask you a little bit about that. I would like to know how the single came about.
Of course. So we actually did write it during COVID, and I wrote it with two friends over Zoom, which Zoom writing was such a crazy experience during COVID because I'm so used to being in a room with people to create. But it was really amazing on this day. I was writing with my friends Hunter and Emma, and my friend Emma was kind of sharing about how this season has been one of just so much change in her life. And Hunter and I both really identified with that. Of course, during COVID, we all experienced such changes, and it was just such a challenging time. But she really bravely shared that she had been going through a season of doubt with her faith and wasn't even sure. Like, she grew up Christian, but she just wasn't even sure if she still really believed in God. And it was really vulnerable of her to share that with us. So she said, right now in my life, like, I don't think I'd be able to walk into a church, but write a song for me, the person that won't walk into church but needs to know that God still loves them on their journey back to Him. And so we wrote the song for her. And honestly, like, we wrote the song for her, but then the more that I've sung the song, the more that I've listened to it, it's ministered to me as well. And what's so cool about Same God is that it's been about a year since we wrote it, over a year actually. And Emma said that when she got the song back, when Hunter made the demo, that it is the song that kind of led her back to believing in God and realizing that God still loved her even with her doubts and her questions, even when so much in her life had changed. God still loved her, and so she said that even though she couldn't walk into a church at the time, that song is what kind of kept her faith alive and kept her wanting to keep trying to seek out the Lord. And I just love that so much because we write these songs to minister to other people. We write these songs hoping that it changes someone's lives in the audience or who people hear it on the radio. But this song changed the writer of the song. And that to me is the only testimony that I need. Like, it means so much. And this song has changed me. It's led me back to really believing that I'm beloved by God and that even when I feel far away, He is never far from me.
And in fact, it's the opposite. We're never more precious to him than when we're hurting and in need of him. The more we need him, the more endearing it is. it's as a parent and now very new grandparent of a 7-week-old
Oh,
grandson. Thank
congratulations.
you. I have to tell everybody,
Of
even,
course.
just, I mean, and she's your age. So you guys are
Oh,
the same exact age. So yeah,
yeah.
it's been fun, and but it's amazing how like she unfortunately lost two babies during the 2021 like time
Yeah.
frame, and I just told her, I said, every night at 7 p.m. I'm praying for this baby that we now have, the little Damon, and I said we're going to I'm going to pray every night. So when you randomly look up at the clock at 7 o'clock at night, like you'll know I just prayed for you and for the baby
Wow.
and for Devin, like all of you, like just for everything to go okay. And it was a very successful pregnancy, great, long delivery, but like it was also, as much as you like you're talking about, you write it for impacting other people, but just like I give instruction, to my daughter on like, don't let that waver your faith, and God's still here. God still can protect this baby and keep everything
Yeah.
okay. But as much as I did that, it was almost like you say it and you mean it, but sometimes your belief is kind of like, we've already lost two babies, like is this going to
Yeah.
happen? And then it encouraged my faith right back, because then it was like, yep, I I needed to do my part and show up and pray and minister to her. But at the end of the day, like it changed my prayer life, and I couldn't be more grateful for him, like just because of that. So and the pandemic, for a lot of those reasons, people not being able to go into a church, some of them like didn't know what to do with their faith because it was all
Yeah.
connected to the action. So in some ways, I mean, you just have to think Romans 8:28, and that
Yep.
there's everything that we do, we can make it work together for his will and for something good to come out of it. And when you started, I mean, I say you started so young, you are so young, but I mean, in just a short amount of time, it was like, um, you know, what was the, trying to remember the name of your first single now, that you came out with. It wasn't Warrior, but that's the one that was one of my favorites.
It was called I Stand Here. It was like so long ago.
Overflow, that
Yeah,
album,
Overflow is
yeah.
my first album. Yeah.
Yeah. So is this song going to be on an upcoming album?
Yes, ma'am. It sure is. It's the first song off of the new album, which I haven't even really recorded my new album yet. But I have all the songs, and I have been writing for so long, and I'm so excited to share new music because God has just done so much in my life in the past few years, and I feel like when I released Overflow, my first album, I was 19, and I had already, of course, gone through a lifetime of things with the Lord that He had taught me. But I just feel like even in the past 6 years since then, like He has taught me so much more, and there's just so much on my heart that I'm ready to say and ready to share. And so I think that this new album is kind of a reintroduction of me, and each song kind of is a window into my heart and something that God's taught me over the past couple of years. So I'm really excited, and I think the same God kind of sets that up the way that I was hoping it would. Just that vulnerability, and saying that God is the same, that we can trust Him in all seasons. That's kind of the theme of the album. So I'm just really excited for new music and excited for new beginnings. And also, thank you for sharing that about your daughter. And that's an amazing testimony of just faith and how God does work all things together for the good. And yeah, that just really ministered to me. So thank you for sharing that.
Well, and when you talk about songwriting, you're on tour with one of, I have to say, top five, because I'm from Texas, and me and Chris Tomlin grew up like about a half hour apart. So
Wow.
I can't like I can't like Stephen Curtis Chapman, some of them Rich Mullins, like, but I will tell you, Matthew West is right up there. Like he's the new Rich Mullins. Like
Yep.
Rich Mullins, what for he was in the '80s for me, like. I mean, he's got this incredible I I mean, it's the songwriting, and obviously it's gifted from God, but his heart's so willing and he's so humble. And
Mhm.
his dad, I love his dad.
His
His
dad is
dad's
the
on tour,
best.
and he's always like saying hi to everybody, and he has such a gentle spirit. And you're like, you know how he came from that. And I can't imagine having a better like mentor to be on tour with, to learn the ropes more, get more experience. And I'm excited to see Kane. I've never seen them live. So are you excited going out on tour with all these guys?
Oh, I'm so excited. Matthew is truly one of my heroes in the Christian music industry. He has been so kind to me. He's, like you said, he's so humble. He's so good at what he does. And just watching him every night on stage, I feel like it's a master class in being an amazing Christian musician, minister, and entertainer. Like, he is just all of that in one. And I've just learned so much from being with him, and I cannot wait to be on tour with him. And with Kane, I'm such a fan of Kane. I literally, their album was in my top albums of 2021.
Oh,
Like,
awesome.
I have listened to their music so much, and I'm just so excited. I think that this tour is like my dream tour. I'm so honored to be part of it, and I just can't wait. It's just, I feel so blessed, and I just thank the Lord every day for this opportunity to be back on the road, to do shows again, and to do those shows with people that I absolutely love and look up to so much.
And Matthew is not only incredibly talented and incredible to, hear the stories behind his songs and all that, but he's hilarious. I mean, he makes your
Yes,
evening fun because you can't help it. Like he
yes.
makes everything. He just brings total joy, and I'm looking forward to it. You being from New York, I'm in Michigan, so we'll have your weather available. I know you're not there now, but you remember what New York was like. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's no joke. Actually, Buffalo's probably worse than where I live, but yeah. So it'll be cold outside, but probably still. But we'll make it warm inside, and greet you with open arms. And we can't wait to. I've not got to see you live, so I'm excited. I'll see Kane and you live for the first time, and I'm a big
Oh,
fan of both.
awesome.
So I will see you when you get here. And thank you for taking time to talk about the tour. I'm excited for you to be on this. It's an incredible mix of artists. It's going to be a great night, and just being back and having these tours available to where we can all collectively come together and have that camaraderie and that fellowship and worship together. I mean, it's definitely the medicine that our souls need right now. And
Yes.
I'm just excited to see you. And thank you so much for your time. And stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you on tour.
Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Hannah.